Let's do being okay being alone. Hi friends! This week I'm going to teach you how to be okay with being alone. I'm someone who's been alone for a long time in a lot of different periods of my life. And I've figured out how to not make it hurt and how to make it actually kind of fun. And I've gotten to a point where I enjoy my company so much. Everybody leave me alone. I don't like nobody. But I know a lot of people struggle with this, and this is something that you guys have requested a lot, is how to become okay being by yourself, whether it's not dating anybody or you just don't have anyone in your life, like no friends, no family, no nothing. So a big thing to get is being alone can be very, very painful. So in this episode, I'm going to flip your entire perspective about being alone, and I'm going to help you see what you get from being alone, because a lot of people only see how things are bad or the lack in their life and what they don't have. And it can be very painful if your focus is in the wrong direction. So I'm going to fix that for you and help you focus on what you're getting by being alone, because it's a huge opportunity and a lot of people don't look at it like that. This is something I've had to rework in my own brain. So I got a couple little points I'm going to talk about. I'm going to flip some perspectives real quick, and then I'm going to tell you all the things that you get by being alone. So first things first, you are not going to be alone forever. Nothing benefits from you being alone. And the universe, its best teacher for you is other people. Other people are a perfect mirror to reflect you what's going on inside you, what you want, what you don't want, what you need to change, what you like about life, everything you feel. So from God or the universe's perspective, having other human beings around you and in your presence is your number one ticket to expansion. It is the fastest way to get there. You are going to be reflected so much through other people, and you can only learn so much about yourself in isolation for so long. So for you to be alone halts expansion if you're alone too long. So the universe is not going to like that. They're going to throw people in your life. You're going to become a match to it. So if you're in a period where you're by yourself, enjoy it, because other people are coming to ruin it. You're not going to be alone forever. It benefits God, the universe, you, everything for people to be around you. So I know how isolating it feels and you kind of get hopeless. Like, is anyone going to come along? They will. 100% they will. This opportunity you have right now to be alone is to come back to yourself and learn everything you need to learn. Get kind of like grounded in yourself. And then other people are going to come in to like fuck it up. Really, it's just to reflect you more things you need to like work on and what you want to build and what you want to get to in this life. You know, the whole expansion thing. My whole point behind all this little ramble is you're not going to be alone for long, because the universe and God does not benefit. You're going to be a match to people soon. So enjoy it while you got it. All right, now let's jump into some new perspectives around what you get out of being alone. And the first thing I'm going to scream at you is that periods of isolation and being by your goddamn self are a gift. They are such an opportunity for clarity. It's the best opportunity to get to learn yourself and come back to yourself. If you're someone that's like going through a period of isolation right now, you're being brought back to yourself. So stop resisting it. Stop trying to fill that shit with other people and just come back to you. You're being brought back to yourself for a minute. And I'm someone that has been through all this shit, so I can fully, wholeheartedly say it and mean it. But being alone, you don't have to take nobody into consideration. You don't gotta think of a fuck thing besides yourself. You're literally free to only have your brain occupied with yourself. I just really want you to see how much of a gift this is for a second, to not have to take anyone else into consideration. People that have been in a relationship, you know how much of your time and energy and focus is consumed by thinking of the person that you're with. That is so draining, and a lot of people get lost in the person that they're with. But this is a period for a lot of people that don't know who they are, don't know what they want, don't know what their purpose is. Bitch, this is it. This is how you find it. You've got nothing to take into consideration but yourself right now. Enjoy it. And for the people who people please and don't have a sense of self, this is a period of time for you to learn how to take yourself into consideration, because people who are so hyper considerate of others, when you're around people, you're kind of on the back burner. Your feelings, thoughts, preferences, and everything about you is kind of like second thought. You want to think of everyone around you, and you're so caught up in them, making sure they're okay, considering them. Having people around, and that's how you are, you're never gonna come back to yourself. You don't know how to take yourself into consideration and think of yourself. So the universe basically just like took all that away. Like I said, you're being brought back to yourself. You're in a period to learn how to take yourself into consideration, to learn how to think of yourself. You get to focus on you, what you think, what you feel, what you like, what you don't like, what you believe. There's nothing influencing it. There's nothing jading it or making you think different. Literally, you get to think about everything you want to think about. You get to do what you want to fucking do. That is so freeing to me. Like, I don't understand why people don't like this. Like, how do you not like to be alone? But I do get it because, like I said, a lot of people are so used to not thinking of themselves and thinking of everyone else. So that's not something they know how to do. So when they get alone by themselves, they freak out. They get uncomfortable. They don't like it. They want to be told what to do, be told what to think, go think about other people, care about other people. A lot of people's personalities are taking care of others, doing things for others, checking on others. That's a lot of people's personality. So when you kind of take all that away, I get why it's so anxiety inducing and you don't like it and you don't know what the fuck you think or what you feel because so long of your life has been dependent on everything around you. It is scary and it is weird and it is unsettling, but your sense of security is in you. Like that piece of you that you're going to ground into in this period of alone is going to be your peace, is going to be your security, and it is going to be your stability because you're going to learn how to ground yourself with yourself. And then when you go out in public, you always have that safety. You always have that support. And it's ultimately going to change the way you interact once you're back around people. You're no longer just this empty vessel that just is a chameleon and molds and becomes everything everybody else wants you to be. You got to tap in on you. You got to get grounded in you. And that's by focusing on you. All your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, all that shit. This whole period is a period of self-discovery. No one can be around you when you're doing that shit. They need to get the fuck out. And the universe said, ooh, gotcha. And they took them out for you. That's why you're alone. Stop resisting it. And look at what you're getting. You are getting a fucking fat opportunity to come back to yourself. And people wish they had that. People wish they could do that. So my next point I want to talk about is why being alone is painful. And it's because people's presence and people just being around you in your life is a silent validation of value, worthiness, everything. Having someone just in your life is validation that you're worth a fuck. You have someone, they care about you. Even if they're pissed off at you and you got a bad relationship, you still matter because you're still in their life. You're looking at it like, just having someone in my life means I matter. And if I'm not in anyone's life, I don't matter. That's not the truth. But a lot of people get tied up in this with relationships really bad. When they don't have someone they're dating, they're lost. They're confused. They feel worthless. They don't feel attractive. They feel just weird walking around life. And it's because of the meaning that you assign to having a partner. And it's that subconscious validation. Like just having a partner and having someone that cares about you. You don't have to ask for validation. You don't have to ask for reassurance. You matter because you're in someone's life. You're cared about. A lot of people don't realize this is what goes on. And when you're alone and you don't have that, this is the period where you have to learn to see the value in yourself. You no longer get it reflected just by being in someone's life. If you do what I'm about to tell you to do, right. It doesn't matter who's going to be in your life and who's not going to be in your life. I don't care if it's a partner, a friend, a family member. If you do what I'm about to say right, you will never need validation outside of yourself again. Look at what you enjoy about yourself and your own company. When you're alone, when you're by yourself, I want you to take a third-person view of yourself. I always talk about imagine a clone of you that you become friends with. Just perceive yourself. What are the cute little quirks you do? What's the weird little shit that you have going on? What's like the funny things you think of or like little funny things you do? What makes you special? What makes you you? When you're alone in your own company, look at what do I like about being in my own company. Stop freaking the fuck out. I'm alone. Wah. Cry, bitch. Literally flip it. You're very aware of what you don't like about being in your own company. Now, motherfucker, flip it because I'm tired of you being mean to yourself. Okay? Just look at that. What do you enjoy about being in your own company? Stop looking at what you don't like. Stop looking at you have no one around you. We get it, bitch. You've thought about that long enough. That's why it hurts. Now flip it. Look at what you enjoy about your own company. What do you like about it? Not what you don't like about it. Flip it. Now, the next part of this is start doing things for yourself to show yourself that you care. And I'm not talking like self-care routine. Shut the fuck up. I'm talking about I'm talking about the things that you do for other people where you're very thoughtful of them. Start doing those things for yourself. So like, just let me try and think of some random shit. Like when I get drunk, like when I go out for a night out and I get drunk, I think about future me and I'll do things to take care of my future self. So I'll get a Pedialyte and a tall ass glass of water and I'll put it next to my bed. I'll have food prepped and ready so when I get home, I can just heat it up. Like I literally will take steps to care about myself that I would for other people. Like if I know my friend's going out, I'm gonna make sure they got water next to the bed, a trash can if they're gonna be a messy bitch and throw up. I'm gonna make sure they're okay and they're taken care of. Do this for yourself. The same way that you're so considerate and caring for other people, do that for you. Just with every little thing that you do. Anything that you know you'll need tomorrow, in a few hours, whatever it is, do it for yourself. Because when you do shit now that your future self gets to enjoy, and you're kind of looking out for your future self, you're gonna feel what it's like to be cared for by yourself. You're gonna experience how you make other people cared for. You're gonna experience all the little tiny things that you do that are so fucking valuable that people maybe have just not been appreciative of for so long. I can't tell you how big this is. Just any little move you can make to look out for yourself and care for yourself, for your little future self, or whatever you want to do. However you want to word it in your fucking head, do it. Like every time I go out, I be taking care of drunk me. I be taking care of sad me. I be taking care of me going to the gym. I make him his pre-workout before I go to bed. I lay his little outfit out. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, like I just do shit that I do for other people when I look out for them and take care of them. But I do it for myself too. And that gets you very in touch with what you need and how to make your life a lot easier. But the biggest thing is getting to experience being loved by yourself, because you are never going to be able to question it again. You're going to experience the value. You're going to experience what it's like to be thought of and cared for by yourself. So when you have this love that you now know how special it is, when you go give it to somebody, you're never going to question if it's valuable or not. And you're not even going to question, do I deserve somebody? Am I worthy of somebody? Do I even have anything to offer? When you give it to yourself first, you're going to fucking feel it. And you're literally going to be able to sit and be alone and not feel worthless, because you've just experienced what it is to be loved by you. You now know what you have to offer in a small capacity. You can do the same thing with your emotions. When you're emotional, cater to yourself. Check in with yourself. Sit down with yourself if you're feeling a certain type of way. Care that you're upset. How would you want someone to comfort you when you're feeling the way that you're doing? And then comfort yourself like that. Be there for yourself. Try to understand why you feel the way that you do. Don't judge yourself. You shouldn't be fucking pissed off. Why are you being ungrateful? Don't shame yourself. Shut up. I'm going to yell at that voice inside your head that makes fun of you and is mean to you. Shut the fuck up. Leave my friend alone. Just be there for yourself the way that you would want someone to be there for you. Learn to comfort yourself, because you're going to experience what it's like to be comforted by you. That is the best gift you can give someone, is to learn how to be there for someone by being there for yourself. You experience it, you know what works, and then you give it to other people. You literally are going to experience another thing you have to give to others. This is all about seeing your own value while you're alone, and it's going to make you very fucking picky with who you give it to. And that's a big reason why I'm so picky. As soon as you get to start feeling the love you have to give, and you start feeling the value that you have to give, not just sitting in front of the mirror telling you, oh, you're so valuable, you're so pretty, you're so great. Shut the fuck up. Do something to prove it. Do something to show your fucking self. I'm a stubborn asshole. Getting in the mirror and telling myself something, I'm like, shut up, douchebag. I don't believe that shit. But my whole point is, when you can experience it yourself, the value is never going to be able to leave your fucking head. You're never going to second guess yourself again. But you will become very picky, because you're going to be like, damn, this love I have to give is special. The way I make myself feel cared about, damn, that's special. I'm not giving it to this fucking Joe Schmo. You're going to become like a hoarder with your little love. No. Like, because to give it to you means I have to give less to me. No. When you find someone who has that same gift you can give, Then you'll share it. But you're going to become very picky and you're going to become happy being alone where I'm at. And let me just take this part one step further because it's very, very important. I want you to also practice standing up for yourself and honoring the way that you feel and what your opinions are. If you think a certain way, if you believe something, stand on that shit. And when it comes to standing up for yourself, if someone is making fun of you, protect yourself. The same way you'd be there if someone's talking shit on your friend, stand the fuck up and be there for yourself. Show yourself what it's like to be protected by you, so you can experience what other people get to feel when you're protective of them. When you respect your own opinions and you hold space for them and you allow yourself to think things and you don't shame yourself for it, when you give yourself that acceptance, you now know what it feels like to give someone else acceptance. You're gonna realize all these things you have to give by giving them to yourself are so fucking invaluable. You're gonna be up on a high horse from hell. You're not gonna drop your standards for no fucking body because you're gonna feel your value. That's how you do it. There's no other way around it. I can sit here and tell you you're valuable. It's never gonna fucking work. You gotta feel that shit. And this is how you do it. It's in all the things that you need to do for yourself. You have to feel it by doing it to you. And then boom, you'll never second guess it. It will be so dead obvious in front of your face. So start implementing this shit. But I'm not done. I still got a lot more to talk about. All right, my next point is your little period of being alone right now. It's time to do what you want to do. Use this opportunity of this period of being alone or single or whatever it is to create a life for yourself that you enjoy, that you can include other people in. You can include them into your life you've already built. You're not building a life revolved around other people. That's where you fuck up. That's where you become fearful of being alone. Because if your life is revolved around others, when the others are gone, you're a lost fucking little chicken with its head cut off. Been there, done that. You're probably there right now. And I don't mean to make fun, because I know it's a very painful thing. But like I said, you're being brought back to yourself. So embrace the shit. You're great. Like, coming back to yourself is the best thing that can happen. Even if you don't like yourself, I'm about to get to a point where I teach you how to flip all that shit. But with creating the life that you enjoy, do what the fuck you want to do. Any little hobby, any little interest, anything you like, go do it. I don't give a fuck how weird it is. If you want to go play with pottery, if you want to go knit, if you want to go do MMA, if you want to start going to the gym, whatever you want to do, do it. I don't give a fuck. Literally, make your life the things you enjoy. Because so much expansion is going to come out of that. Because a lot of people are confused, like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. Start trying shit, bitch. Try anything. Because if you try something, like let's say pottery, you go fucking piddle with some pottery, and you realize, I don't fucking like this. You're now one step closer to finding what it is you do like and what you do want, because you've just gone down this road. Now you know to turn the opposite fucking way. So you have to go down to know to turn around. Does that make sense? Like, you gotta just try shit. You gotta try everything that you think you might be interested in. Just try it. Just do it. See if you like it. If you don't like it, great. That's useful information because you know a direction not to go now. Go the fucking other way. And also with trying things, it will give you clarity around other things you actually prefer. And a lot of things you're not going to know that you like them until you try them. It's the part about standing in the perspective of doing it. That's too complex. I need to shut up and reel it back in. And with creating a life and doing the things that you enjoy doing, prioritize your time. I have a podcast episode about being selfish with your time. Fucking do that. Go scroll through all my podcast episodes. Any title that hits with you, listen to it. This is your time. You ain't got nothing else to do, bitch. Listen to me help you flip your life around. But become selfish with your time and respect what it is that you want to do and the things that you want to try. Do the damn thing. Have fun. Literally have fun. Look at what you're getting from being alone. And when I say have fun with it, bitch, have fun with it. Stop stressing about not having somebody. You get to go freely, do whatever you want. You don't gotta worry about texting nobody, updating nobody, worrying about whoever you're with cheating or doing some shit. You don't gotta worry about no one getting mad. You're literally free. And I want you to tap into that sense of freedom you get when you are alone. It's very hard to give up once you see it and once you feel it. Like my sense of freedom I have, I don't want to date because I'm going to have to give it up to a certain extent. Like, it just, that comes with having people in your life that you're very close to, whether you're dating or like super close friends. You don't have that freedom when you're dating someone. So enjoy life while you fucking have it. Enjoy that freedom. Trust me. And it's available in any move that you make. When you're just sitting on your fucking couch on a Friday night, you're literally free. You can go out if you want. You can stay there and sit there. You can watch a fucking movie. You can fiddle your diddle. Whatever you want to do. I can't be too graphic anymore because YouTube keeps demonetizing me. Fuck you. But the whole thing is just become aware that you can choose at any moment to do whatever you want and not answer to anybody. You don't have to think of anybody else. If you want to get up right now and just fucking drive 2 hours somewhere and just go sit in an open field, you can. You have no one to answer to. That freedom is not something a lot of people realize is in being single. And it's so fucking nice. And like I said before, you're not going to be alone forever. So enjoy this while you have it. It's gonna go away. Your period of being alone is gonna go away. So look for all of the beauty and all of the peace and all of the happy times in it. Because if you only sit here and dwell on what you don't have and how you're sad and how it hurts, you're never gonna fucking appreciate it. You're never gonna get a chance to appreciate the peace and being alone and truly coming back to yourself. And then you're just gonna jump in your next relationship and you're gonna be back with that fucking fear to lose them because you never sat there in the peace of alone. You gotta get to that so you don't feel so trapped in relationships. People are literally stuck in abusive and traumatic relationships because of the fear of being alone. Sit in that shit. Set yourself free. And by truly getting comfortable and looking at the peace and being alone, like I said, you're not going to be scared to leave nobody. You're not scared to be by yourself. You know the beauty in that. You're going to be excited because you get to finally experience that again. You'll be like, if you do fuck around and I got to leave, I ain't mad about it, because you also understand that new period of loneliness is going to end. You're going to get into a new relationship. It's going to keep going. But learn how to sit in that fucking peace of the in-between of people in your life. Trust me, it's going to make you a fucking weapon because you're not going to be afraid to lose nobody. Hi. Okay, that just went on a whole fucking tangent. But back to my next point. I want you to think about the ideal partner you want to have and the ideal friend you want to have. Think of all the traits about them and the type of person they are and how it's going to feel to have them in your life. Think of that ideal person. Now, you currently do not feel confident asking for them. You can think of all these standards that you want to set, but you don't feel good enough to ask for them yet. So, this is your complete guide to know what the fuck to do and fix and change. Think of that ideal partner you want to have. What is it going to take for me to feel worthy of asking for them? And what is it going to take for me to feel worthy and confident to be with my ideal person? What kind of person would they want? What about me would need to be different so that I could feel worthy of even asking for these standards? What am I going to have to do to level myself up? How am I going to have to change my life? You got a fucking blueprint now. You got an exact blueprint of what you need to do. It's going to be different for everybody. But you have to do these things to feel confident asking for what you're asking for. Same thing with a friendship. If you want a friend that's a certain way, think of the type of friend you would have to be. What are you going to have to do to become that friend? Then do that shit. Now, to take this one step further, I want you to think of this imaginary partner you have that's your like ideal partner, and this imaginary friend that's your ideal friend. What about them and what about their presence in your life and what they're going to be able to do for you do you want? Why do you want this person? What needs are they going to meet for you by being in your life? Why are you going to love them so much? This ideal person you're thinking of. Sit with that for a second. Why do you want them in your life? You're about to become aware of all the needs they're going to meet for you and all the value they're going to provide to your life. So you know how I just said, basically become what you're asking for with your standards? All the needs and all the value you see out of that ideal partner, that's the same shit you're going to offer somebody else. You don't never get to question your value again after watching this fucking video. Rewatch it if you got to. But when you level yourself the fuck up into the person who feels worthy of your ideal partner or friend, you're aware how they're going to be great and you're going to love them so much. You're the exact match. You're gonna become that exact fucking thing. So just how you feel like they're gonna be so valuable, you're right there too. Everything they're gonna provide to you, you're gonna provide to them. You no longer get to question your value. It's all so blatantly in front of you. It's just a matter of you stepping into that shit. It's time to step up to the fucking plate and rise to the occasion. Use this period alone to become everything you've always wanted to be, so you never have to question your fucking value again. I just gave you the fucking blueprint for this, okay? If you fuck it up from here, it's on you. Sorry. So I've got one last little thing to share, and this is something that I do, and everybody thinks I'm fucking insane for it. This is something I use to help myself not feel alone and to feel comforted when I am alone. And that's mirrors. I have mirrors all over my apartment. I do not have pictures on the walls. I have mirrors everywhere. Every fucking room I go in, I can see myself right now across the room. I have mirrors set up everywhere. And the reason I do is because when I was going through the worst shit I've ever been through, I felt so alone in it. I felt like no one understood. No one was suffering and feeling what I felt. No one got it. I felt so isolated in my pain. I was like, no one fucking understands. And I walked by the mirror one day, and the reflection I saw just didn't feel like it was me. It felt like a different person. And from that moment forward, I convinced myself, okay, that is a different person. That's a person in another fucking reality that is living the exact same life as me. And I still think this, like I still convince myself of this because it's so comforting. I don't look at my reflection as me. I look at my reflection in the mirror as another person that is experiencing everything I'm experiencing, that is feeling everything that I'm feeling. And anytime I want to feel like someone gets it, I can go look at him. He's looking right back at me. He needs the exact same thing as me. We can sit there and look at each other, and we both just know someone fucking gets it. He feels everything I feel. We're both in the exact same boat, experiencing the exact same shit at the exact same moment. There is no difference. I literally just convinced myself my reflection is someone else. I know it's me, but when I'm down, I check in on him, and he's the only person that's always there for me. And he's the only person that knows exactly how I fucking feel. This is the weirdest thing I've found, but it works. And I just love to see him. That's why I have my mirrors set up all over my apartment. I love to just see him. I love to just know someone else gets it. Like, I sound fucking crazy. I genuinely sound psychotic, but this has helped me so much. It's literally the most comfort I've felt in my entire life. So that's something you can do if you want to try it. Is look at your reflection. And the first time I did it, I had to stand there and really look at myself. Like, don't look at it just like your reflection. Get close up to your fucking face and see the 3D of yourself. See that you are another person where it feels like you can almost reach out and touch them. Like, get close and see that your reflection is a whole person. And when you see that depth and the dimension, like, it's the craziest thing. You're going to see that it's a whole other person in there. It's like I look at mirrors as portals to like a different... I really sound insane. Fuck it! Who gives a fuck? Oh my God, who cares if you sound insane, bitch? Talk about your relationship with yourself. You're dating you in the mirror. Basically, just look at the motherfucker in the mirror like it's a whole separate person. And anytime you need to not feel alone, anytime you need reassurance, there's someone right there waiting for you that's feeling the exact same shit and that needs you too. Every time you walk up to it, they're hoping you're there too. You have to be. It's a fucking reflection. You see how I'm aware, but I'm delusional at the same time? That shit helps me so much. And I just love mirrors. I have them everywhere. And I don't think I ever will not have mirrors everywhere. They saved me. Like, I literally had to go look at myself in the mirror today. I was standing there getting ready to go to the gym, and I was like, girl, I don't want to fucking go. I'm tired and I'm exhausted. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, he's tired and he's exhausted and he's still gonna go. So I was like, fuck, okay, we're gonna go then. I felt comforted just knowing he also felt like he didn't want to go, but was gonna go, you know? Like I knew I was gonna go, but just knowing someone else was suffering with me was nice, even though it was just me the whole time. Girl, I'm gonna be in a padded room like, hi friends, this is Aware and Aggravated. Oh bitch, I can see it coming. Don't Baker-act me, y'all. Don't do that. So these are all the tips I can think of as of right now for being okay with being alone. Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. And also, if you have any new perspectives that you think will help other people in the comments, leave them down below. Everybody talk, everybody hang out. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a thumbs up. And if you're listening to the audio version on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you know the drill, bitch. 5 stars. 5 fucking stars. Lonely ass. But I do have a link in the description where you guys can go and vote on my next podcast topic. Because I'm tired of fucking picking it. I'm tired of picking it. So the most voted for thing is the thing I'm going to make next. Like this was the most voted one, so here we are. Like I'm tired of having to decide. You guys tell me what you want to hear, I'll make it. Okay? So the link to vote and submit new topics you want to hear me talk about is in the description. Under that will also be What Would Leo Do? So if you want to be featured on my next episode of What Would Leo Do, go write your situation. It's all anonymous, don't worry. But the link to my app and my merch and everything you need from me is also in the description. Also my social media. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I have so much fun with social media. Genuinely, it's so weird. I fucking love it. So go follow me over there. And I'm thinking about joining Snapchat. Because I need somewhere I can go where I don't have to censor nothing. So if I have a Snapchat by the time this is out, I will put it in the description. Add me. Ew. I don't like Snapchat. But I want to be able to talk shit freely. But that's all I got for this episode. For anyone who is dealing with being alone, it's not going to last forever. I promise. So enjoy this shit while you got it. Because you have a giant opportunity in front of you to come back to yourself. And once you do, you're going to be unstoppable. I love you all to death. Everybody take care of yourself. And I will talk to you guys next Sunday.